So you've just slept with him, given him your virginity, a man who doesn't love you. In fact, he has odd ideas about you, wants to make you some sort of kinky sex slave. People with lost personalities will suffer a great deal more than those with lost virginities. A library is a place where you can lose your innocence without losing your virginity. Young people are careless of their virginity, one day they may have it and the next not. You are more than your virginity. You are more than your sexual history. You are more than what happens to you. You are immensely valuable. No wound can ever make you less than whole. Wounds become scars, and scars make a person beautiful. My virginity weighed like a millstone around my neck. It had been of such enormous importance to me for so long that my habit was to defend it at all costs. I had been defending it for 5 years and I was sick of it. I lost my virginity when I was 15, although lost is a funny word for it. I didn't misplace it like a homework assignment or a cell phone. It wasn't like I could find it again and tuck it back in there. It's a kind of fugue state, anyway, early sex. Before the routine sets in, or the love. Back when the groping is largely anonymous. Sandbox sex. It starts in the teens and lasts until 20 or 21. It's all about learning to share. It's about sharing your toys. Losing your virginity doesn't make you more of a woman than a virgin. It just means your hymen is broken. Life is like an intercourse with a virgin. Initially it pains, but once you show the perseverance, you realize there is no greater pleasure. So you've just slept with him, given him your virginity, a man who doesn't love you. In fact, he has odd ideas about you, wants to make you some sort of kinky sex slave. Virginity is conceptual, it is a social construction. When we have sex for the first time, we do not actually lose anything. It does not change our identity, it is not life-altering, and it does not affect our worth. It is simply a new experience. Virginity is what girls and women are pressured to lock away for as long as possible. Virginity is what boys and men must get rid of as soon as possible. Virginity as integrity of the flesh and freedom from sexual experience is natural to human beings from their birth. But virginity as a virtue is that virginity which is freely chosen for the purpose of serving God more completely, of giving the mind to the contemplation of divine things in the absence of family cares and with the sacrifice of family joys. I still believe that marrying a virgin is better than marrying one who isn't. I know this sounds incredibly lame, but I don't want losing my virginity to feel like I'm losing something. I want it to feel like I'm finding something. To me, losing your virginity is a necessary evil to get to all the good parts, like actually enjoying sex instead of dwelling on having sex. Maybe the act of love came too late. As a career move, I should have lost my burdensome virginity at 13 or 14, when there would have been no question of lasting attachment and no desire for one. As it was, I shook when I removed my clothes and I cried after it was done, not out of pain or disappointment but out of an uprush of muddling emotion which 24 hours later I was ready to call love. Virginity is as much more honorable than marriage, as the angel is higher than a human being. Virginity is basically derived from a word that means what is fresh, unseared, untouched by harming influence. The essential thing in virginity is not a condition of the body, but the perpetual refraining from the use or pleasures of sex. Virginity is a paradoxical condition, both perfect and monstrous, defined by both absence and presence. It is often visible only insofar as it is under threat. Virginity is such a personal thing. You can't judge anyone on it. A lot of young women feel they want to save themselves for the man who they think they'll love forever. We are all hungry and thirsty for concrete images. Abstract art will have been good for one thing, to restore its exact virginity to figurative art. If you want to have sex and you're in a legal, consenting situation, have sex. If that's your prerogative, so be it. Be safe, be legal, and it shouldn't be anyone else's business. If you don't want to have sex, don't have sex. Whether or not you do so does not determine your worth as a person. Sorry to burst your bubble, but virginity is not something to lose, because it's not real. Sex with my first boyfriend was a little bit like learning how to put in a tampon, but only half as enjoyable. Subscribe to this channel for more amazing content and see this video flashing on your screen.